And as if by magic, you're live. So, I don't know. Some people don't learn and some people don't listen. Um, there is going to be some, hi INFJ, there's going to be some repercussions because there's a couple who are angry. There's other people as well. Don't get me wrong. But there's this couple, as you'll see by the title slide. And they feel they have a right to be angry because they're doing evil things, gaining stuff that isn't theirs, basically don't deserve to be, free. And they're angry because they're being exposed. Not they're repentant or remorseful or, hateful of themselves for doing the things that they've done, causing the suffering. They're angry because they want it to continue. You haven't seen angry. But there are people that do have a right to be angry for all the things that have been done across the world. I can tell you who is angry. Very angry. Now, I've already said in most of my videos that I shouldn't be saying nothing. Move in silence. Let them get taken unawares. Excuse me. Let them feel the full force without warning, other than the warnings that God gives to say, cease and desist, and you don't. And so you have your little meetings and you discuss about getting hitmen. You don't realize that it's all going to come back because that's what happens. As you've already seen, that's why you're angry. And then you make more silly decisions. So, unlike you, I'm not concerned and I'm not angry about the things that you're doing. But I am going to tell you, you are really going to regret everything that you've been talking about. You've dragged in family, friends, co-workers into this international corruption that is being taken down as we speak around the world. Signs in the sun, the moon, the stars, the heavens, and on the earth. All around you as I'm speaking. Just look on the internet about all the strange things that are happening that people are seeing. We've already had the 4 horsemen. I've already told you. For all the decent people around the world, for all of you, there is no need to be concerned about what happens next. It's not going to be pretty, but it will get better. But for those greedy narcissists, those misogynists, especially someone who thinks they're a female in a man's body. Yes, I know. I absolutely know. You're dressing up, all of it. I know who you are. I know where you are. I know what you're thinking, and I know what you're going to do. And so do 144,000 other people. And if they know, then I'm sure the authorities know. There is no higher authority, and you better pray that he does not get to you before earthly authority does. So it's already written, as I've told you hundreds of times. Hey Richard, how you doing? I haven't told you that hundreds of times. Well, I have, yeah. Hey Richard, how you doing? But it's already written. The 7 rings of hell, 7 rings of fire that you're going to go through before you get to hell. Well, not hell, because God doesn't send people, humans, to hell. He sends fallen angels and otherworldly beings. But it's already written what's going to happen to these people. And it's already written what's going to happen to the meek, because they will inherit the earth. No place for the meek. So, you've decided to hire people other than the ones you've already hired who, have all failed. And these will fail as well. But the return to sender will affect you because of what you've wanted, because of what you put out into the universe. And I'm saying it live now so you know that you are warned. That's the only reason I'm doing this live now. Again, unlike you, I'm not concerned and I'm not angry. I don't care. Every decision you make is what you will learn from. And if you don't learn, you don't learn. It's that simple. I know who you are. I know what you're about. I know the links. Remember the links and chains that Forrest talked about? Remember the Alas Dame Fortune spun her fickle web? The web goes all around the world. The GoFundMe know about it. The animal charity, you don't even like animals. You're cruel to animals. The deeper in the woods thing that's been hidden. The backyard that you might, probably dig up or have already dug up to try and move it. The people that you helped pass away. Everything that you have done is going to come out. The whole world is going to know. And when I say the whole world is going to know, the whole world is going to know. Because the whole world's involved. The church is not the place that people think it is. And for months now, I've warned you, not because of me, I've warned you because of you. Because you had a chance to change. Hey, Trusted, glad to see me too. I'm glad I can see myself. Davey. R. Trusted, what's up? You as well, Trusted. Hello, guys. Hope your day is well. Yes, surveyor measurement. Surveyor youth place. Imagine that. So, yep, caught up then. I didn't want to get lagged behind on that. So, there is a evil on this world that is going to be removed. There is a false matrix. No, there's a real matrix, but there's a false reality that is going to change and going to be written as it was meant to be and has already started. And I already warned that, it might get ugly, or even might get ugly before it gets pretty, but that's just the way that it is. And these people that have been using, I don't know what to call it, elixir, I don't know what they call it, but they try to make themselves look young, and well, they don't try, they do, feeding off other people, basically vampires but without the blood, although the rituals do make up for the blood. And all of it's going to be known. The elites that do all their fancy doodah, look at me, I'm part of the Illuminati or whatever bullshit it is. You're all going to be outed, all of you. For thinking that you could pretend to be special, pretend to be important, pretend to be powerful, because you're not. In fact, you've probably got the least amount of power, because there's not enough love inside of you. That's the strongest power. And that's the power that's going to destroy you. That and authenticity, the truth. People hear what they want to hear, see what they want to see, believe what they want to believe, and that's fine. I don't care. That's what you're supposed to do. And I'm not judging you, I don't give a shit. Because I don't follow the news, I don't follow fashion, I don't follow the artists, I don't follow anything. I hardly ever watch the telly. I get information through the media, YouTube or whatever. Well, mainly YouTube, to be fair. Or word of mouth, or from chat, or out of the ether, whatever you call it, whatever you want to say. Or from within. From within. I tell myself some things that I didn't even know. That I had no idea that I did know. Until I remembered it, imagined it. I don't know, whichever way you want to see that. But I can tell you now, this decision that you've made is going to hurt you. Ain't going to hurt me. Ain't going to hurt anybody that you have in your mind when you had this decision, this meeting, this idea. The trying to get somebody to go somewhere to poison the food, blah, blah, blah. No. And if it does happen, it's meant to happen. And the karma from that is going to be devastating to people. See, what you don't realize is you're not fighting people. You're fighting a power that you don't understand. And I know this might go over the head of some people and they might think I'm nuts. And I don't care. Because the universe hears it and the universe gets it to those people that need to know. And those people at the head of the snake, who maybe you're hiding it from them because you don't want them to know that you failed. I don't know. Those people will know. And they won't be too impressed if you haven't told them and it's got out of hand. They'd rather have known so they could have sorted it out earlier, maybe. Not that they could have done. There is nothing that you could have done any different because it was supposed to happen the way that it's supposed to happen. Remember that statement? I wonder if I can make it happen the way that it's supposed to be. It's all going to happen the way that it's supposed to happen. There are no delays. There are none. In your mind, there are delays. In divine timing, everything is planned. Everything is calculated. I've already told you in my earlier videos. The two witnesses, for them to exist, listen, for them to exist thousands of years ago, written, for them to exist, everything, for thousands of years, had to happen the way that it was supposed to be. Had to. The World Wars, Hitler, Genghis Khan, Attila the Hun, whatever happened was supposed to happen. Right up until now, me doing this is supposed to happen. Because nothing can change. In order for God to be where he is. Everywhere. Better than AI, but everywhere. And more importantly, within us. Allowing us to have the power to tap in. Now, if you don't believe that God is a bearded man, a grey old bearded man with a white robe, fine. If you want to believe it's an alien, fine. If you want to believe it's source, fine. If you want to believe it's the universe, fine. If you want to believe it's the creator, fine. If you want to believe there's no such thing as God, fine. Doesn't matter. Absolutely doesn't matter. But if you think all of this to this point is all coincidence, you are more crazy than you know. There is no way all of this is coincidence. Everything which science is proving right now has been created. A formula. A God ratio, maybe. Everything is created. Everything is perfect. Including the divine plan. The divine architecture. So in your little minds, you thought that your prophecy was going to be the one. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, It's not. It was never, ever, ever, in no way, shape, or form written into the Matrix. The one that you think you're running. You know you're not in control of it anymore. You know there is a power on this earth which is beyond anything that you have ever measured, that you have ever come across. In all of those people, and I've told you, stop the studying, you will regret it. But in all of those people that you studied, those people that you took off the street, out of the supermarkets, or wherever you took them, and studied them, in all of those studies, you haven't seen nothing like what's on the earth now. And you don't know how to approach it. I can assure you now, trying to kill people, that's not the way to go. Absolutely isn't the way to go. Like employing hitmen is not the way to go. It just isn't. So, you had a good run and it's come to an end. And instead of admitting all the atrocities that you've done, all the bad things, instead of accepting it, you're getting angry. Well, it ain't going to help you. Cult 45. Oh, not a cult 45, but a cult 45. I see a big round table. And me. I do. Is there donuts and coffee on the table, Richard? Oh, there's more than that. And some people are going to be watching it. Some people are going to be watching those people sit at that table. Oh no, I don't know about Starbucks. Can we have Dunkin' Donut? Or we can have Dunkirk Donuts. D-Day. Next month. Ooh, next month sounds... Yellowstone is going to blow. Get your raincoats now. I think raincoats are going to protect much if Yellowstone goes. It could be like watching the film. The zebra cookies are awesome. I need a Fargo about now. Oh, Wells. Lots of Wells. A Fago. Trusted, I think there is a golden buzzer on it too. Oh no, that's like the voice. The sound of the voice. So, I just thought I'd come on and tell these people that, their plans are already known and they're not going to work. So, but that's up to them. They can do what they want, God moves in mysterious ways. That's just the way that it is. And people know that. I don't need to tell people that. And whatever they try will fail. What the divine has planned is not going to be stopped. It's that simple. The punishment that is dished out is already mine, not mine. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So it's already planned and it's already worked out because we were told the vengeance is in the history. The things that they did, the things that they do, the things that they're doing will be the reason for the vengeance. So if the divine, and we all know the divine can get, angry, and we all know that he can destroy things if he has the need to do so. And we all know that man can't stop it. That's simple. There's proof. And while I say that the Bible has been corrupted, that's not to say that there's not godly information in there, which, if used correctly, will help us all. Or even help us all, but help us all. Good, I need my sideburns trimmed. I need my mud flap, adjusted. That can't be right, Trusted. You said 170 odd days away. That ain't next month. Are they naked, Blake? Oh no. Calm down now, calm down. Ooh. It's like, I was going to say clitoris all sorts. Oh, I just did. Those mud flaps. So there's a world outside my window. It's a bit like John Lennon. Imagine all the people living life in peace. And that's what I imagine. I imagine all the people living life in peace. Why not? So there's an agenda between the governments, the mob, the church, the elites, the cults and covens and witches, and that's not to say that they're all bad. I want to make that clear. Whatever you people want to use with your bullshit and change things around and make it sound like I've said something else when I haven't. Because if you listen, street, you'll understand what I said. If you listen. And if you don't listen, you will only hear what's in your own head. So, I'm not going to argue with anyone because I know what truth I'm speaking. And if you hear something different, that's you, not me. That's what you want to believe. So, when I say to you that you are not a victim and you are in the place that you chose to be, you are. You are. Even if that place is having narcissistic bullies like you, Street, who want to intimidate and antagonize people because you think it's funny. So I take myself out of that. I was in that place because I chose to be in that place. But once I found out that that place wasn't much fun, I decided to leave. And you can decide to stop. That's up to you. And if you can decide to carry on, you'll be carrying on speaking to yourself because it doesn't make any difference to me. I don't care. I don't care. You believe what's in your own head. You don't listen to what I'm saying. So, I put myself where I am. I choose to be where I am, and I take responsibility of where I am. I'm not a victim of where I am. I take responsibility of it. If that puts me in a position where some narcissistic people keep attacking me for no reason, that's my fault, not their fault. It's my fault. So then I choose not to be in that position. I don't choose to be a victim. I don't choose to play the silly games that they want. I just say, no, thank you, piss off. That's it. Because I'm bigger, better, and more intelligent than that. So I said, his family was a better family. I think I'm a better person. So, yes, if you want to play the victim, fine. You stay where you are because that's where you put yourself. The fact that you're there because people outside of you are ruining your life for whatever reason doesn't mean you have to stay there. And doesn't mean to say you have to be a victim. And I've already said, I don't forgive, I don't judge, I don't care. I'm not the one that's judging. God is the one that's judging, not me. I don't give a shit. If you want to be a narcissist, if you want to be devil's advocate, if you want to be all of those things that gives you pleasure, great. But you'll be doing it to other people, not me. That's it. That's all I can say. You'll be doing it to other people. And if it's at the point that people are suffering, then you will receive the karma that you deserve. Me, myself, I think I'd rather be a good person and try to bring a good vibe to people, or try to help people in understanding that what they're doing is not for the good of humanity, which unfortunately comes across a bit stern. I wouldn't say hateful because I've never mentioned the word hate, but definitely stern. Doesn't mean to say it's without compassion, doesn't mean to say it's without love. It's just stern because what's happening is not right or even correct. It shouldn't happen. Trafficking shouldn't happen. Laundering of money shouldn't happen. Ritual shouldn't happen. Black magic shouldn't happen. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. We're talking about this church now that's supposed to be Christian, that's supposed to be helping people, that's supposed to be bringing people closer to God, that's supposed to be doing a whole load of things, but they're not. They're not. They're just not. And the world will know. And there will be nowhere for you to hide. Not only will the world know, remember, divine timing, not only will the world know, but all those people you deal with will be known too. And all those people they deal with will be known too. All around the globe. All around the globe. Including Africa. You know why I said that. So, it may seem like I'm not a very likable person. It may seem like I don't have fun, but I can assure you now, I'm a likable person and I do have fun. And I like to dance, I like to sing, and I like to be merry. I don't drink. I don't feel the need to drink. You see, when people see me out, they wonder if I'm on something. And I'm not. I'm just a happy-go-lucky person who doesn't really give a shit and doesn't really care what other people do because it's not for me to control it unless I'm asked to control it. Unless somebody says to me, Mario, can you do something about such and such? And if I feel that they have a case, then I may. So there may be a case that is going on. Maybe. And I may be involved in that case in order to rectify wrongs that have been done. Not just to me. Or maybe not even to me. Maybe it's got nothing to do with me. But as I mentioned in my videos, when I started doing these videos, I said, don't fuck with anybody that I love or care about. And somebody says, well, we don't know who you care about. Not the point, is it? It doesn't matter if you know or don't know, because I love everybody and everything. So don't fuck with anybody. It's that simple. Leave people alone. Let's all just get on with each other. I think Forrest said something similar. Leave people alone. I just saw today that in the years of the conflict in the Ukraine and Russia, not that anybody should, pass away or anything, there's only been 1,000 and something deaths. and 43 weapons destroyed or something. In all them years of fighting. I don't know, there must be pretty awful shots. Like, not that I want it to be higher, but I would have expected more people, wouldn't you? As casualties go in war for so many years. There's almost that many people getting killed in terrorist attacks. One attack. Doesn't make sense to me. Ooh, I'm missing stuff. Wow, you lot are writing stuff. 170 odd are they? The movie is 170 days. Donuts are. Yeah, I agree with you that, Trusted, 100%. Hear me all and listen good. If we could only get some pastry too. With another O, Trusted, with another O. O's are important, especially with donuts. Okay, yummy. I got 50% discount chicken yesterday. Timing's awesome. It must have been some divine timing there, mate. Winner, chicken dinner or chicken diner. Pastry with jam and glazing. Oh, stop it now. Stop it. I did have chicken dinner and lunch. Oh, I'm the best. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think I am, but considering all the backlash that I get off people, I'll take that, even though, you know. When anyone finds out the truth, it will count everyone out, but to find a solver, in my opinion. There you go. I got canned hams also. It's Christmas in July. July. Oh no, July, not July. July. It's Christmas in July. We are the Ovaltinis, little girls and boys. Is that what we are? Are we the Ovaltinis? God, that takes me back. Davey B, you are so right and correct. Ovaltine table in the Ovaltine office. Will you be my Ovaltine? Jeffrey. Oh no, which Jeffrey? We know lots of Jeffreys. I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to go with that list thing, but I don't know. I don't even know why people are interested. Like, I know why they're interested, but just like focus on what's happened to the people that, you know, were abused, not the people on the list. Sort out the people that have been hurt by it, stop any more people getting hurt by it, and then everything will sort itself out. That list won't matter because all the people involved will truly be found out. List or no list, they will be found out. Especially now, I'm sure it's Pastor and First Lady, or Pastor. Pastor, just keep on the left hand side. No, Pastor and First Lady, but they might go under the name Deacon and Deaconess. I don't know. I don't know their preference, but I do know they're in big, big trouble. And that's an understatement, not an exaggeration, for what they've done for so long. Trouble. There's trouble. What's he say in Dad's Army? Mr. Manring. They don't like it up 'em. Mr. Manring. Not the infamous Jeffrey. Yes, the infamous Jeffrey. My friend's cat is a terrorist. Well, it could have been worse. It could have been a catalyst, not a terrorist. Mario, you have always been a solid rock. For that, I thank you. Well, what was it? Womack and Womack. Solid as a rock. Thank you, Richard. And you've always been on the other end of my chats, and I thank you too. Not thank you too. I think the same too. At the end of the day, everybody, everyone, anywhere in the world, is just a friend that you haven't met yet until they screw you over. Do they then become an enemy? Or do they just not be your friend? I don't want enemies. I don't think there's any need for enemies. If somebody doesn't want my love, fine. If they don't want my friendship, fine. I don't care. I'm not going to fight them for it. I'm not going to fight them to give it. I'm not going to hate them. I'm not going to turn against them. I'm just going to let them get on and do their whatever they want to do. And whatever happens to them, happens to them. I don't care. I just don't care. I don't see the need to. If I'm true to myself, I would have to say that God takes care of everything. So I don't have to worry. And if what happens is bad, it's bad. But it's bad because something good's going to come along. If you didn't get that job, it's because you weren't supposed to have that job because there's a better job for you. If you didn't get that house, you weren't supposed to have that house. You're supposed to have a better house. If you didn't get that girlfriend, you weren't supposed to have that girlfriend because she's going to do the dirty on you or whatever. So you can have another girlfriend. Whatever it is, it will come along. And if you believe in it enough, your life will be great. That's it. And if you go against it, you're screwed. That's like, if I believe that God knows everything and that everything's already organized, that's like going into the bookies and making a bet, knowing that that bet's going to come in because God already knows the answer. If he's told you number 6 is going to come in, then number 6 is going to come in. That's it. And if he says, he might say don't bet, but I don't think, it's hard to believe some of the stuff is a sin based on what people have said. If you go by the Bible or the other books, it's hard to believe that all the things that have been classed as sinful are actually sins. They may well be sins. I'm not saying they're not. Don't start screaming and shouting and say, yeah. To me, I'm not bothered. But based on what's been said, some of them can't be sins. So what they've said is incorrect. Once that is correct, then we can understand what sin is. But we do know the wages of sin is death, which could translate to the wages of failure is death. If you don't find God within you, then, because if you do find God, you live forever, or whatever those words are that Jesus told us. So, don't fail. Find God. First, know thyself. Who am I? I must be God because I'm the Son of God. So if God was his first and last name, then I must be Mario Martirano God. That's my title, God. Because I am the son of a God. That must make me a God. Or the son of a God and a goddess. So that must make me a God. Now, if we're all created in the same image and we've all come from the same bloodline, then we're all gods. And that makes us powerful. And if we find out or call back our power, who knows how powerful you can be? Who knows the things that you can do? Not just in this realm, because this is the 3D apparently. There's the 4th dimension, the 5th dimension, the 6th dimension, 7th dimension. There's more planes than these people think. I don't mean the ones that keep falling down. I don't mean them planes. I mean planes of existence. The universes, the multiverse. All of these things that people talk about but don't really understand. Like, they've actually done these things, the Stargates and all of that. Bull. They've done it all. Put it in front of us and said, "Oh, we've done this, this, and this, and this. We've pretended to be God. We're talking to people in their head, trying to confuse them." Excuse me, confirmation. We've done all of these things, and we intend on doing more. Well, no, you ain't. No, you ain't. And no offense, Donald, but I don't care if you're Donald Trump, President Putin, King Charles, Keir Starmer, or anyone. I don't care who you are. You are not more powerful than God. And guess what? Just a little guess. You own nothing. This earth, this land, does not belong to you. It belongs to God. And somebody said the new world order is you will own nothing and be happy. How does that work? Oh, maybe we're all just tenants and our landlord is God. Maybe we own nothing. Maybe God owns it all. Maybe it's all God's. Maybe this is his matrix and everything belongs to him. But what if it was a great God who gave you the things you desired? You wouldn't actually own it because it's God's and he's given it to you. But you'd still be happy. If God gave you, I don't know, 3 houses, 16 cars, swimming pools, etc., blah, 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 blah. You don't own it. But he just said, there you go, for being a good person. Here, have that. That'd be a good life, wouldn't it? I wouldn't mind. Wouldn't own anything. Wouldn't care. I could still live. Got my food. Place to live. Got a car. Maybe a wife. Happy days. Or, I don't know, maybe there's a different meaning to that. Squirrel tribe! There will be 0 arguments or court cases. I agree. Trump is Doe 174 in Florida prosecution documents. So there is at least 174 people. Just in Florida. Yeah, Florida's a bad place. I just want to tell a passed on person, I haven't forgotten. I know you wanted to say, I haven't forgotten. I know you wanted to let people know, and then they unalived you. Haven't forgotten. Just, I know you're around. Haven't forgotten. It will all be addressed, and everything will be done right. I'll make sure that everything is done right. There's a time for everything, squirrel. How do you know where the edge is if you don't go out there? That's easy, Davey. Elvis. James Dean. James Dean. First of all, you have to be in the proper location referred to cover of OTC. Then find the surveyor's mark. Oh no, as long as it's not 666. Then get into Forest's plane and fly over to page 99. Oh, I'd have to get in the plane. They all keep falling down at the moment. seems to be a lot going on with planes at the moment. I don't know what the plan is there. I haven't really looked into it or, thought about it, but there is. I'm just going to say it. So, within 2 years, people talk about the false flag. Is it false flag? I do all these holograms and all this bullshit. So they're setting us up for the invasion from our friends. They're setting us up for that. And, even that's not going to work. So they're thinking around 2027. So anytime now, we will get in the run up to it. Have known where trusted for years. Told you had a royal flush. Believe it, don't believe it, don't care. That's the way to be. Don't care. Don't care. There is a royal flush though. There is a royal flush. 4 cards and a joker. I said the other day, 4 cards, got 4 aces and a fool, which is the joker, which is 2 spades, 2 ace of spades, the ace of spades, the ace of spades. What is a royal flush good for? Oh, that's rhymes of song. What's that song? War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. 4 cards and a joker trusted. That's what a royal flush is. Like you said, you locked yourself in years ago. Sense of entitlement is of no value. Oh well, there's no sense of entitlement here. Not, in the way I see it, because there's a bigger picture. You can either think about a chest, a bronze chest, hidden in the Rocky Mountains, or you can think about all the injustice that's been done to human civilization for thousands of years. Continuing to this day, I wouldn't say a communist agenda. It's not communist, so it's not just China in that sense. It's the actual destruction of humanity to possibly be replaced by robots and AI that they can control better than they can us humans when we're awake. When it's too late, awake. I'm more than awake. I'm awake with 6 cups of coffee, buzzing, and seeing millions of years ago and millions of years into the future. And what I see, I don't like. Absolutely don't like. I don't like it. I don't like it. And judgment has been called because of that. Not only has judgment been called in the now, I've already said, it's been called in the past. All of those people in the past. It's just energy. We're just energy. So that energy that was mistreated in the past has been treated correctly. And that energy that was evil has been treated correctly. You see, Forrest said, hiding behind a skirt. And that's what these beings were doing. They were making out they were godly, saintly, no matter whether it's Christian or whatever religion that they're hiding under, because not just Christianity that they're hiding under. But they were making out that they're holier than thou by using the energy of other people. And then the sins that they committed, they dumped on those people, which in God's eyes made those people look evil and those evil people look good. And like I've said, now everything's being exposed. And the energy they were using has been called back. In fact, all of the power has been called back. You won't be able to use any of it. Which is why you're looking older. Which is why you're struggling. Which is why you're losing stuff. Which is why you're using that elixir, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, maybe you call it an energy drink to make you look younger. And so you've disappeared from the scene a bit, and then you'll have some of that, and then you'll come back looking, as fresh as the daisy. But it will stop. Absolutely, it will stop. In fact, I'd go so far as to say there may be some sort of antivirus that stops you claiming stuff. And go far as to say there may be a Trojan horse in there that may, when you use it, I don't know, maybe backfire and make it worse for you. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. You don't know. You don't know how powerful the voice is, do you? You don't know. This thing called spelling. So I'd be careful. I'd be careful of what you do to people. Anyway, carry on back to where we were. So why did you ask what I had the other day? I missed that bit. You had to earn it. Yes, you did. Yes, excuse me. Yes, you did. You had to earn it. That's what Forrest said. I don't know if he meant earn it that way or earn it like a URN. That's not entitlement. The finder had to earn it, and Jack did his job and got a chest of gold to sell. Well, he got some coins and some nuggets and that. He didn't get a chest. If Jack indeed got that. Because he didn't sell it. That's the truth. He didn't sell it. It went to Tesoro Sagrado, whose solicitor was Andrew somebody or other, which is in the poem. And that went to Heritage Auction. The stuff that was in the chest that didn't have an olive jar, that was sold at auction. What? No chest was sold, but an olive jar came out of nowhere and that was sold. And that olive jar turns up in another treasure hunt. And the chest turns up in another treasure hunt, although the chest doesn't turn up in a treasure hunt because it's a fake chest. Oh, another fake chest. Where do all these fake chests keep coming from? And then, I don't know, maybe another poem. I don't know. Another book, another poem, another chest, but not a real chest, a different chest. And then 5 keys for 5 chests. And then another hunt from a retired policeman. Must have been in a wealthy part of town, that's all I can say. If a retired policeman can set up a hunt, must have been a wealthy part of town. How much is that hunt worth? $300? $400? $1,000? $10,000? I don't know, some rich policeman. Jack had a job to do, and he did his job, just as the poem says. If you cannot use the poem just like Mr. Fan said to do, then that means you cannot be the finder. Yeah, so if you don't have a program, how will you know what's going to happen? So Jack, ignore Jack, the poem says. The chest is just a lure. So the poem tells you from the beginning before Jack turns up. I'd already had Jack in my mind before, the chest was found. Not knowing that Jack was going to be used against me in a court of law, maybe. Not knowing that Jack was going to be used against me. So, and, Jack was about saving the chest for a rainy day, because those are the synonyms. So, if you can't read the poem, read me what the poem says and it's game over. That's what the poem says. But it says more than that. Leave your friend in the car. That's what the poem says. Jess has not moved in blah, blah, blah. That's what the poem says. Did the hot water affect the patina? That's what the poem says. Told mother and father I was going outside for elbow room. That's what the poem says. The poem pretty much tells you everything that you need to know about the thrill of the chase. And when I say everything that you need to know, I mean everything. I started my videos when the chest was found saying, Forrest Fenn said, don't trust no one, not even me. And I told you, with that statement, I said to Forrest, I'd stop searching, because who's who in the zoo? So 5 years ago now, literally now, 5 years ago, my statement is, who's who in the zoo? The world is the zoo. The world is the zoo. What was I searching for? I was searching for who's who in the zoo. Who's who in the zoo? Who's who? And now I know who's who in the zoo. And soon the whole world will know who's who in the zoo. Not in the thrill of the chase. Not in the thrill of the chase. In the zoo. It's a jungle out there. So, I didn't go down in the jungle. And I told you that I was Forrest Fenn's wingman. And I would protect Forrest Fenn, because that's the job of a wingman. But the job of a wingman is not to just stay on the wing. The job of a wingman is to see everything. Everything. And if they're a good wingman, as I've said, they will drop back and get a better view of everything. And they will see if even their own kind were up to shenanigans. So when you're wondering where is the wingman, don't think the wingman's left. It's just watching you. So, a good wingman, no, not a good wingman, a good gambler knows when to hold 'em, knows when to fold 'em, knows when to walk away, knows when to run. And some of you are running in the hotels. I don't know why. We already know where you are. So you'll be picked up. Some of you are trying to leave the country. Some of you, trying to leave the state, trying to leave the country, come to another country. I don't know. Maybe make somebody an offer. I don't know. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that's a plan? Do you reckon that's a plan? Make someone an offer? Do you reckon that's a plan? I mean, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, would I? I don't know. Poem, or the beginning. The solver chatted with Forrest for almost 3 months. It was a beneficial 3 months, you will see. According to Forrest Remembrance webpage, you needed a program. Simple. Remembrance is the codex. Nikki Swan? Hello, Nikki. How are you? Let's say the codex is his true story. It ain't the answer to the poem he wanted solved. If you do not have the program, you won't know who the characters are. F. And that's the who's who in the zoo. You won't know who the characters are. Regenesis Codex. What does that matter, Davy? The solver knew what to do. And knew what to do, was told what to do, shown what to do. I don't know, those sort of things. There's light at the end of the tunnel. That is for certain. Absolutely for certain. And I don't think anyone's going to forget Major Forrest Burke fame. But the people around, they may be forgotten. Those no, I'll leave it at that. Exactly. Yeah, I haven't seen you for a while, Nikki. So I believe not all was rosy in the garden. Let's put it that way. And 5 years ago, I was told by a man who set up a treasure hunt, don't trust anyone, not even him. Now, if that didn't set off alarm bells for people, I don't know what they were doing. This man set up a treasure hunt, told you there was a bronze chest in the Rocky Mountains, and if you found it, you could have it. A bronze chest. Well, no, that doesn't seem much. I want to go looking for that. I don't really want to go looking for a bronze chest. Why would I just go looking for a bronze chest? There's a bronze chest in the Rocky Mountains. If you find it, you can have it. I don't know. Something not quite right with that, even though it might have been, but it just didn't seem right. But if he says, don't trust anyone, not even me, that means even if I find it, I might not have it. Even if all of what he said, the jewelry and everything, I might not be able to get it. Because he's telling me don't trust him. So how am I supposed to get it? Now, I said to David when we first started talking, to me, it seems like they didn't even know what the answer is. Like there's a different answer to this. And they weren't sure what the answer was. And it seemed like they wanted somebody else to give them the answer. Even if they didn't know the answer. But they wanted somebody else to give them the answer. It was important that somebody else told them what the answer was. So it wasn't about finding the chest. It was about somebody telling them the answer. It was important, not that somebody found the chest, that somebody told them the answer to the poem. That's what was important. Not finding the chest. Read me what the poem says. Not finding the chest. Somebody telling them what the answer was. Well, that's strange. If you're hiding a chest and you're making out that everybody's got to go looking for a chest, but it's not really the chest that you want them to tell you about. You want them to tell you the answer. So either they know the answer and they need you to tell them for another reason, the job interview, say, for another reason, or they don't know the answer. There's an answer to the poem that they don't know and they want you to tell them so they can keep it. Because why else will somebody say, don't trust anyone, not even me? Why else would somebody say that? I mean, so if you get the right answer, you can't tell anybody because the bloke who's doing it is a shady son of a bitch. Not being horrible, folks, I'm just saying. Your words, don't trust anyone, not even me. So even if I find it, I can't tell the person who set the chase up because he can't be trusted. Or he knew that something would happen where he couldn't be once they find it, it's out of my hands. I don't know. Those sort of words just don't sit right. So when I came in, my aim wasn't about the chest anymore. It wasn't even about what the trove was. How do I go about finding out who the fuck all these people are in the poem and why they're in the poem? Not just the people in the chase, which I told you about from the very beginning, but these rich people. And when I say rich, I don't mean a couple of million, I mean billions, Fort Worth billionaires. Not just them, but that type of money. Excuse me, confirmation. Like, who the fuck are these people? And why are they in the poem? And what have they got to do with the thrill of the chase? Or is it about something else? And Dave will tell you it's about something else. It's about a lot of something else. So Forrest then says, when it gets to 10 million, I might go back and get it myself. What? Hang on. When I started the chase, it was worth about 2 million. So that will tell you when roughly I came into the chase, when they were talking about 2 million chest. I never even knew that when it was hidden, it was only worth 1 million. I didn't know that. I only ever knew that the chest was worth about $2 million. Even though there wasn't a price put on it. But that was the price that I heard when I first came into the chase. 2 million. And Forrest said, when it gets to 10 million, I might go back and get it myself. Are you kidding me? If it started at 1 million in 2010 and wasn't worth 2 million till about 2018, 19 or 20 or whatever, it only went up 1 million, say 8 years. 1 million in 8 years. So another 8 years, another million. Another 8 years, another million. Forrest would be like 160 for it to get to 10 million. So again, you have to go, hang on a minute, what the fuck is he talking about? And if you weren't, then you're absolutely clueless to there being something else, that it wasn't about the chest. The chest is not important. The chest is just the lure. It doesn't matter about the chest. Even if you found the chest, it doesn't matter about the chest. It matters about the something else. So there are people who shouldn't be involved in the chase in the poem. And these are very rich people. If they're that rich, then the chest would have been worth so much more. If they had a part in hiding this chest, it was only worth 1 million. So those people in the poem aren't in the poem because they helped Forrest Van with $1 million chest. So why are they there? Now, 5 years later, there's an understanding that there are people around this world that can't be trusted. Not even Major Forrest Burke Fenn. His own words, not mine. And literally evil. Evil. So they can't be trusted and they're evil. What to do about that? What to do about that? These are rich people with a lot of power. How are you going to go against them? With the grace of God. It's a job interview, remember. But who are you working for? Well, as Margie Got the Tea says, God hired me. Who's going to fire me? So now I have a job. And I'm employed by the most powerful being that anybody knows. And in order to do the job, you need the tools to do the job. And by the grace of God, I was given a uniform. I was given the tools and I was given a uniform. I don't think I was given title. I think through the 5 years, people have given me lots of different titles. And like I said, I haven't done this for subscriptions, I haven't done it for likes, I haven't done it to make friends. And, some of the friends I thought I had turned out to be my worst enemies. But it is what it is. And, you just move on. So, and it does hurt when you find out that some people that you thought, were love bombing you and doing all these things and you were hoping that it was true, but deep down you knew it wasn't. You just have to go with the flow. So you could read the poem could tell you stuff that was happening, and I was telling you that this stuff was happening, and I could read the poem and it would tell you the future. So everybody in the thrill of the chase, that was still in the thrill of the chase, that didn't leave, that was still in the thrill of the chase for a very specific reason, that was still here for a very specific reason, which also leads you to believe something, that they're still here, that they haven't gone. I told those people that are still here, including the DJ, that I was looking for Who's Who in the Zoo, and there was an issue with certain people. Those people were given fair warning that God was onto them and that they should do the right thing. And as time progressed from 2020 up until now, the warnings have got more obvious. Only because, the simple words, those simple words, basically do the right thing, went unheeded. Like, just do the right thing. Everything is known. Like, I can read the poem and I can tell you what's going to happen. And here you are, look, this is what it says about such and such and such and such and such and such. Remember the far too soon? 3 words, rhyme bavetta, K-Pro show, already written in the poem. So either Forrest knew before 2010 that they were going to play this role, or the higher hand wrote it. Either Forrest knew that Ben and Ashley would do videos, and Ashley would talk about her tattoo, the monarch butterfly, and I can't remember what the other one was. The flower, I can't remember. Sunflower. So, or Cynthia was going to walk to the long flat island in the Madison and go to Totem Cafe. Whatever all those things were that I told you about. I told you that I had a way of knowing. And that I could find it in the poem. Now, whether I already knew before I found it in the poem, or whether I just found it in the poem. And I said to Davey, it seems like I'm being spoken to. I'm being told what it is. That's what it seems like. And I told you people, Mario, URFF. That's what it says in the poem. And I told you people that it was a game of tag. Forrest, you're it. No, Mario, you're it. No, Forrest, you're it. No, Mario, you're it. Is Forrest supposed to be the person that lives forever and doesn't go? Or am I supposed to be the person that lives forever and doesn't go? Because Forrest said, well, if I can't take it with me, I'm not going. In the spiritual side of it, with God's grace, people in history live to be 900 years old. Methuselah, Moses, Noah, they all lived to be a good age. So did Forrest say that? I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying, here we are. Here are the facts. These are the possibilities around those facts. This is what was said, and this is what it could have meant. If I can't take it with me, I'm not going, which means I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm going to find the answers that allow my DNA to behave in such a way that I will look younger and I will live forever. And therefore, I can keep what I've got and I won't go. That's my plan. You people, David, relying on everything other than solving the poem. You do anything whatsoever, games longer when you didn't get it right. You get the Persian from. Careful what you say, trusted. Have moved on to one of the two related or claiming to be related to the FFR. Oh, they're related. They're absolutely related. Only use the poem. Absolutely only use the poem. A lot of people say do the right thing. They do not say what the right thing is, nor do they communication directly to the one they want to act in a specific way. Well, doing the right thing is based on human conditioning as to what the right thing is. So, do you jump in a puddle and soak people? Not if they don't want to be soaked. Yes, if they do want to be soaked. So, I don't believe it's treat others as you would have done unto yourself. That's wrong. That's wrong. Treat others as they wish to be treated. That's it. That's the right thing. Treat others as they wish to be treated. That's it. That's it. None of this do to them what you want done to you. No. 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 You may be a psycho. You may want to get the crap beaten out of you. Why should you do that to someone else? No. Treat them the way they want to be treated. That's it. Treat them the way they want to be treated. If they want to be beat the crap out of, beat the crap out of them, because that's what they want. And if they want to be treated with respect and dignity, then treat them with respect and dignity. And if you don't know, ask. Don't take it for granted that what you want is what they want. So doing the right thing, maybe, is about what sort of person are you? Are you a good person or a bad person? If you're doing something that is considered a little bad, maybe that's not the right thing. Maybe that's not the right thing. And what we have inside of us is our masculine and our feminine and our light and our dark. And it's to them that we go to that says, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Forrest said he thought his gut feeling was wavering. What does gut mean? Does it mean Old Faithful? Yeah, it's easy to get lost. But Forrest said if you get lost, go back to the beginning. Where's the beginning? Begin. Wow, Richard, long time. Time is an illusion. Uh-oh. I just had a message saying, "Dear Dark Masons, the hit attempt has failed. Holy hell will be released on all involved." Fresh from the horse's mouth, that is. Oh dear. Oh dear. The hit attempt failed. Dang, nabbit. I didn't even know the hit attempt was already done. Oh, confirmation downstairs on my phone there. Dark Masons. See, now that's not right because I have it on good authority that they've all banded together because they can't do it on their own. So normally they'd work separately, but now they've all got together and discussed it and tried to work together as one and put more power out, and still failed. Which don't. It's not rocket science, quantum mechanics. It's not quantum mechanics. Sophia, do the left thing. There you go. Do the left. Do the right. Shake it up. It's all right. Or you could go right straight to it. Do the straight thing, or do the just thing, or do the real thing, or do the true thing. It all means right. The right thing is basically just something that doesn't hurt somebody, isn't it? The right thing is just somebody that doesn't impact somebody else negatively. If it's not going to impact somebody else negatively, you would have to be pretty certain that's the right thing to do. If it doesn't impact somebody negatively. If it impacts somebody negatively, then it's probably the wrong thing to do. That's how I see it. And I try not to impact people negatively, even though they take it negative. Like I'm saying, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. You're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt. Don't do this, don't do that. I'm taking my power back. I'm taking my power back, blah, blah, blah. And people hate me. And they say I'm doing bad things to them. No, I'm not. I'm just allowing what you're doing against people myself to come back and do it to you. I'm not doing anything to you. I'm just trying to exist without everything that you're putting out towards me hurting me. I'm just giving it back and saying, no, I don't want it. It's yours, you keep it. But why are you angry with me? I basically said, stop sending it out and you won't get hurt. I basically said that. Now, someone's already saying that they've done the hit, it's failed. Where's it going to go? As ye reap, so shall ye sow. Has to go somewhere. You sent it out. And it didn't hit the target. A bit like a boomerang. You send the boomerang. If it hits the target, it'll probably stop at the target. If it don't hit the target, guess what? Mad Max. I got it. Oh, no fingers. Ah! I don't know what to say. Like, you're getting angry because the things that you're doing aren't working. And you're blaming the person that you're attacking. It doesn't matter whether it's me or someone else. It doesn't matter. Which is what I say to you people that are narcissists, that can't see your own failings. Stop a minute and think why you're triggered. And realize you're triggered because of something about you. Something that you did. You're angry because of what you did and it failed. You did it and it failed and now it's coming back to hurt you. You're trying to blame the person that you're trying to hurt. Well, if you didn't exist, I wouldn't have tried to hurt you and then I wouldn't have got hurt. What? What? No, stop trying to hurt people. Then you won't get hurt. It's simple. Stop trying to hurt people, then you won't get hurt. That's simple. Stop trying to steal off people, then you won't be stolen from. Stop trying to make people come to you, then you won't want to go to people, whatever it is. My resilience is one of my superpowers. Uh-oh. Can't go back now, I'm told. I was never going to go back, but... You see, the thing is, the internet is full of this story. Absolutely full of this story. And those people, know. And they're checking. And they're seeing how it's going to play out. And they're doing everything they can, which is nothing. Everything they can to try and make it go differently. No, not going to go differently. Instead of just accepting, it's already written, and whatever happens will not happen to the people that they're projecting on. Not saying anything about them, those people that are doing it. I'm saying whatever they're intending to affect other people with, that won't happen because it wasn't written. It's not written in the Matrix, the one that they controlled, I think. They never controlled it. They had power, but they never controlled the Matrix. They were doing everything that they thought was going to lead to their victory. What can I tell you? It led to your downfall. It's called self-fulfilling. Your prophecy was bullshit, but you self-fulfilled the real prophecy by creating your worst nightmare, by creating something that you couldn't control. You created it by trying to destroy it. You tried to destroy something, and in order to protect themselves, they became stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Instead of just accepting them in and benefiting in the way that you were already benefiting. And now they've detached from you. You've got nothing because you never had nothing. It was all theirs anyway. And now you're angry because you think it's yours. If it was yours, you'd be able to keep it. If you were beautiful, you'd still be beautiful. Blah, 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 whatever it is. If you're rich, you'd still be rich. If you had lots of women after you, you'd have lots of women after you. If you had lots of men after you, you'd have lots of men after you. But because the truth has left you, you forced it away, got blocked from it, however you want to call it, got divorced, whatever. You no longer have that energy that gave you all those things that you took for granted. And now you're angry that you haven't got those things. Now you're angry that you can't be the thing that you wanted to be. You're never meant to be that thing. You were meant to be the catalyst for that thing. You were meant to create what needed to be created, to help it, to look after it, to protect it. That's why you're there. That's what it's soulmates, twin flames, whatever it is. You had a contract to fulfill, and you broke that contract. I don't know what to tell you. You broke it. And I don't care. I don't care. The contract wasn't with me. It was with whoever it was thousands of years ago or hundreds of years ago or whatever it was. That contract was made then, and now it's broken, it's rescinded, and I don't care. I would have cared, absolutely would have cared, if you follow through with it, we ended up meeting and everything was great. 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 But that's not the case. That's not the case. And like I say, I don't hold it against anybody. You did what you're supposed to do, or what you did, or what you wanted to do, or however it turns out, it's what you were supposed to do. You did what you're supposed to do, and we are where we are. And we move forward. Ah, fish again. That's good. Oh, no Tigger. I actually saw her Mary song today. Artemis Love, her thing's called, isn't it? I put a like on. But I didn't do the rest of it because you have to sign in or sign up or do something. And I didn't. Funny how powers that be insist that the only one to be believed is Shiloh, eh? Yes, well, it's hard to believe that the only one to be believed is Shiloh when Shiloh says, believe me when fun and answers are coming, nearly 2 years ago. No, I don't believe you, Shiloh. I don't believe you. Because I'm pretty certain if you knew about the fun and answers, they would have already been in. But fun and answers are coming, but they might not be so fun for you. Yes, how is anything supposed to end? Well, something ends it. So I don't know what is going on. I'd just like to chat with a few whom I got to know as online people. Yeah, and I'm glad you're here, Sophia. And I'm glad you're feeling better as well. Chase will live forever. I have coffee cooking. Night shift starting soon. Night shift? I thought you'd retired. I thought you were just a gardener. That was it. I thought you were living off the land. Are you still doing your lectures and stuff like that? What are you doing? Was that too much information? Oops, confirmation there. Phone's going ding, 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 ding. The phone's ticking away, ticking away. Up to the finder. I think the fact that Netflix decided to do a documentary about a whole load of bullshit, which didn't give answers, you have to question why. What is the point of doing something like that that leaves people none the wiser than they were before? So the story was Jack is the finder, it was at 9 Mile Hole. After the documentary, Jack is the finder, it's 9 Mile Hole. A whole episode for that update. From the same people, roughly, that are always on those documentaries. Apart from Jens. Jens! Are you still with us? Jens! You had a documentary you're going to put out, Jens. Is it all on the floor? Is it all on the cutting room floor? Or is there something you can salvage? I don't know. I don't know. Watching Ben can be a chore. His nighttime job is hunting bunny wabbits, them pesky wabbits. Actually, I think if you take the beard off, we could get a bit of Alma going on there. We'd have to wait a year by the time they could do the beard, but yes, for me the chase can last forever. I did what I could and published my solve, not pushing it, but it is there if anyone cares to know. You did. Hunting wabbits, them pesky wabbits. What the? Oh. How could you do that, Black Speech? You do know I can find that, though. I'm not going to because I don't really care. But hello, you're back again. BB. There's a reason why it's BB. There has to be a reason why it's BB. Black's Beach. Go on, write it back. Go on, don't be like that. Yeah, I'll even let you be a mod. Nice to see you. What what real name are you trying to hide? True that. True that. To me, Jack was a stand-in. Yes. Well, that's what the poem says, but oh, that could be Ben. He's still standing. I'm still standing. That was the program he was in. I haven't heard from him. I don't know who's called him. Legal definition of finder is a person hired by an owner to retrieve an asset. A solver would know that while looking at options. Yes, it's up to the finder. The who and the where is up to the finder. Why would the who and the where be up to somebody who you hired to get an asset? That don't make sense. You can tell people the who and the where. Now that I've hired you to tell people the who and the where. That means you're never going to get the who and the where because this person's just been hired to tell you the who and the where. So he could have said, it's Jackie Chan and it was in Hong Kong. And you'd have to believe it because he was hired. Not a stand-in, but a permanent blocker. A permanent blocker. Black speech is your profile picture, AI. You can't naturally look like Forrest and Shiloh mixed together in real life, can you? Oh, I didn't notice that. I can't even see it. That's too small. Oh, that's a Troy ability or a Ben ability, that is, to do them things. Oh, no. That's more a Bill Gorman ability. Or just, any of Chase Inc. But well spotted, Nikki. I hadn't even seen it. But I didn't even see what they wrote either, so. I haven't heard from Winnie the Pooh either. Oh no, not poor Winnie. Oh honey. Da, 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 da. Oh, that was a solve as well. The Tower of Pooh. Who did that solve? The Tower of Pooh. I did all the solves. I think I did the majority of solves. I bet Forrest was like, what's he doing? What's he coming with all this flipping stuff? Where's he get all this information from? I must have really, I wasn't trying to annoy him. I was just trying to hint at stuff. I haven't heard from Winnie the Pooh. A lot of people disappeared. Yeah, that in itself was shady. Many in the chase seem to have these abilities. Many Benny. They have graduated. Shapeshifting. Must be a reptilian. Must be one of them Anunnaki people that aren't real. Well, they're real. Obviously, they're real. But they're lizard people, not human people. But don't tell everybody that it's all fake. Like these stories that we see now. Like if anybody goes on my Facebook page, they'll see some of the stuff that I've put on there. I haven't put it all here and I haven't told you all about it, but there's loads of stuff that I know, trust me. And for these people to still think that they're, clever enough to outsmart somebody who's awake is crazy. I put one on there that says, like, had the news reporters, and they were saying, like, and here I am live at such and such a place at the beach, and there's this UFO coming out of the water. It says, no, not really. I'm fake. They're doing, and this lady walking through some water in a flooded area saying, here I am at such and such a grove, terrible things happening. There's a dolphin or a shark swimming through the thing. So, no, not really. It's fake. And it looks real. It looks real, but it's fake. When you look at it, you go, no, that's not real. So they're trying to do this now, and they're putting this out over the fake media, the politicians and the bad things that are happening in the world, and trying to make you believe that these things are happening and they're not, or they're happening but they're not happening in the way that they say they are. And it's crazy, absolutely crazy, because there's evidence that contradicts what it is that's being said. And I know everybody's, clamoring about the list, but the list doesn't matter. What matters is what that was all about. Get stopped. All those people involved get stopped. The list doesn't matter. There are kids suffering. That's what matters. And these people will be found out. Now, they've had the opportunity to come out and say, look, hold my hand up, and have some sort of grace, or suffer the consequences. And most of them, all of them nearly, have decided to suffer the consequences. And that's up to them. I don't care which way they do it, but it is going to happen. I'm not being horrible, I'm not being nasty, I'm not trying to, I'm trying to convince people to do the right thing, which is to admit the evil that they've done, the bad that they've done, to take some ownership of it, which is what I'm trying to say to Street. Own the sort of person you are. I'm where I am because of the decisions I've made. Being gang stalked or whatever, love bombed or whatever, it's my fault. No one else's. I'm getting it because I've chosen to put myself here. I accept that. But you doing it, that's your choice. Should you be doing it? Is it the right thing to be doing? And do I need to put up with it? No. So I am where I am. I found out I'm not in a good place, and I took myself out of that place, and I didn't go, "Whoa, whoa, my life's terrible." I didn't do that. I admit I'm where I am because of what I did, but I don't say it's everybody else's fault but mine. It's my fault. And I take myself out of it. And I don't judge you for being the person you are. I don't care. You will be judged. I don't care whether you believe in God or not. You will be judged. Because karma is real. No matter whether you think God owns it or not, it's real. And if it's real, where the fuck does it come from? Is it just coincidence? Is karma coincidence? Or is it divine? So that's why I see it. I don't see karma as being coincidence. I see karma as being given to those who call judgment, who say, I'm living my life, doing what I want to do, being myself, not hurting anybody, and then this shit happens. I don't like it. Can you do something about it, please? That's it. And then you carry on. You take yourself away from what it is that's affecting you, and you leave it up to Source, Creator, God, Mother Gaia, whoever you think or don't think is in charge of karma. Might be Boy George. Karma, 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 chameleon. Anunnaki go. Anunnaki go. Or, and I'm not saying all Anunnaki are bad. I'm not saying that. Don't get your hairs in a twist. No, you haven't got any hairs. Don't get your scales in a twist. Not being nasty, just being funny. Hope you don't mind. But here's what it is. Listen, stop going on about religion. Bullshit. If the Anunnaki existed, which they did, we all know. If the Sumerians existed, which they did, we all know. Sanskrit, whatever. All those people, the Atlantans, Lumerians, whatever that is. Tatra? That's what came through. Tatra. If that existed, which we know it did, come on. It's not quantum mechanics. So the stories we're told are true to some extent, and maybe metaphors, maybe teaching you something other than the reality that you think it is. Maybe it's talking about, what's inside? What's inside you? You find God by doing what Jesus did. That's how you find God. Did he say, look up there? Did Jesus say, look up there? Did he say, look up there? Stop saying that God is up there. Jesus said, look within. Look within. So look within. And if God is up there, if he is up there in the heavens, but he can't be up there. He just can't be up there. Why can't he be up there? Because he's everywhere. He's everywhere. He's in the past, he's in the future, he's in the present, and he's all around us. So how can he just be up there? Oh, below us probably as well. How can he just be up there? It's impossible. I know I say up there, but it's because what you understand, not because of what I understand. And some of the stuff you say that is negative towards me, it's because I'm trying to say it in a way that you understand it. Not in the way that I understand it, in the way that you understand it. Because if I said it in the way that I understand it, you would have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. So, if Jesus says he's not up there, look within, why are you looking up, he says? Or whatever he says. This is just what I'm getting. I don't know what the exact term is. Why are you looking up, he says? He can't be up there. It's impossible. It's that effing word, impossible. Not difficult. It's impossible. He can't be up there if he's in the past, in the present, in the future, and all around us. He's there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and here. If he's everywhere, he can't be up there. If he's everywhere. Literally everywhere. And knows everything. Sees everything. Hears everything. One consciousness. One being that is everywhere. Everywhere. So, I know I say mom and dad. I know I say that. But that's for you to understand what it is that I'm talking about. But he's everywhere. Especially within. He is the spark of life that is within all of us. Or it is the spark of life that is within all of us. However you want to say it. Excuse me, confirmation. And that's the truth. It's one consciousness. It has to be one consciousness. Why does it have to be one consciousness? Why? Because he hears, he sees everything. Which means he's in all of us. He's in all of us. He can only have one conscious mind to interact with all of us. His mind, its mind, whatever. Remember I talked about the head. If God was one head and we're all in that brain, we're all in that brain. Every thought that God thinks, that's where we are. Or behind this screen, big computer, RAM, processor, memory, you're going to do this, types it in. However, set the program, run the program. This is the program. This is a program, run the program. Run the program. What's the free will? We're a program. The program's running. What's the free will? Because I believe, I think, therefore I am. But everything that I've done is a program. You're just reading the script that's already in your head, pre-programmed. Like a film that I've told you before. You're just running it through. Everything that I'm saying is being given to me. or I'd be no better than a chimpanzee. But whatever's inside me that is creating these thoughts, this imagination, this whatever it is a bit smarter than a chimp. I'm not smarter than a chimp. The thing inside me is, my bad, over there, over there. The Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming. Trusted, when I'm done, I'll leave some corn cobs for you. Corn, ooh, corn's good. Mario's talking about the supplanter. Oh, shh. Don't use big terms. I don't use big terms. I want people that, within the sound of my voice, they can understand what I'm saying. They don't have to work out, what the fuck is a supplanter? It's somebody like gets seeds and put them in a plot. They get, sup, man. Sup, man. Those people. Sup. He's a supplanter. Thank you all. In my opinion, I'll get some good advice from people still in chat. I'm doing what I can to get the cancer at bay, laugh out loud. Mushrooms, whatever they were called, are delicious. Shit that all. Oh, yeah. Ooh. You're getting very spiritual people here. You do know that I'm sorry to hear about the cancer, but Yvonne had cancer, but you do know that cancer could have been cured. Like the churches weren't set up to be churches, and they could heal you in those buildings. Cancer, they could heal cancer because it's to do with resonation and sound. Like this big pharma's bullshit. This big pharma's trying to make you ill to make more money, but they can cure all the things that they say they can't cure by going back to the way that it was. Like if you starve the cancer will die anyway. So there's a way of doing that. Herbally, whatever they call it. Homey, whatever. But also sound. Like going forward, sound is going to play a big role in, like you can put out fires with sound, like bass. You could have a fire, instead of getting all that water, wasting all that water, you could have the sound vibration. And if there's a fire, and then the fire goes out. It's good, isn't it? Like those are the inventions that we need. But they get held back because they're of benefit to mankind and they don't want us to benefit. But going forward, the churches will be reclaimed and the healing that's supposed to go on throughout the world is going to take place. And it won't be the way that it is. It just won't. And all the buildings that are freed up will be for people. And when I say people, I mean people who live in the country that they're in, not migrants that are just sent to leave people afraid. I like shrooms if cooked properly. A button nose and two made out of coal also, Richard. Yes, so do I. But there are ones that help with the cancer. Yeah. Which is, herbal, homeo, whatever it is, those flipping words. I've got a book down. Oh, I should go and get it. So I've got one which is The Great Conspiracy or something, which is to do with America and the Vatican. And the other one is to do with, I don't read books. God just said, yeah, I have this book. Just out of nowhere, someone says, go have this. It's very important. And then this other book. So one's about the herbal medicines. And the other one's about the Vatican and the US joining forces. And guess what happened? Have a guess what happened? Oh, you already know. It happened. It's an American Pope. And this book was wrote years and years and years and years ago. It's funny, but it's true. It's true. Is it called The Great Conspiracy? I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, about the church, the Vatican and the US. Who'd have thunk it, eh? When you went over there with the British. And then you ended up with the Declaration of Independence. And you end up in God's country, because in God we trust. and all of that. Who'd have thought so many years later you'd kick God out, don't want nothing to do with him, and your country will go downhill very fast? Who'd have thunk that? It's a bit like our country, to be fair. Just crazy. But God is back, and there's gonna be trouble. Hey la, hey, Ra is back. I don't know who sung that, but it's funny. That's cool. Hey, Hercules, how you doing? Maria in the house. Oh, Mad Maz. That's what they call me, Mad Maz, not Mad Max. Mad Maz. Coming to a cinema near you. Richard, is the Kringle man? Oh, Kringle. Chris Kringle. Chris. Happy Chappy. The Pringles mascot. Oh no, once you pop, you can't stop. Pop. Oh, body popping. Can you see? No, that way. I can't do it backwards. My robot. My robot dance. I like raving, to be fair. Still, one day I'm going to do a video of me boogieing. And I'm going to show you that video one day. I'm going to show you that video of me standing on that hill going, Mario! I don't know if I've got a top on, actually. It's hot. You've learnt two things today. The first thing is you're an idiot. And the second thing you've learnt is you're a fucking idiot. That was funny, that was. And I realised, what the heck are you doing in America? Damn. The things you do for gold. Like walking in the sun. I was walking along and I'm like, oh man, any of these could be solved. Look, here's the heavy loads, which was like power cables and all that sort of stuff. And I walked up to a place and it was like water was coming out of this boulder. Don't know what it was. Place where you just sit and rest. And the water was just trickling out. Looked like it was coming up from the ground, which was up a hill, and then going back down. Oh, that could be the heavy loads in the water high. But it's like anywhere you go, you could have made as part of the solve. Anything. You could just be walking along. Oh, that could be that, and that could be that, and that could be that. And as I was walking towards Casper Mountain, there was like a sandy cutout. I thought, oh, that could be the blaze, and it could be just under there. I knew it wasn't because the blaze was the other side, but it's like, man, this is crazy. This is bullshit. This isn't what you're supposed to do. It's just weird, but it's funny because I still carried on because obviously the greed was, still there. I still wanted to get to the goal, and I'm up the mountain. Well, before I got up the mountain, I had the sign saying, if you're not off the mountain by 6 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, what? So I went up the mountain, took a video of the car that was up there that I said, is this your missing car, Forrest? Sent him a video of the car. Is this your missing car? Better than Bill's car. Is this your missing car? It was like burnt out and it was in this hollow ravine, whatever, I don't know, whatever you call it. And it's like all around it there were trees. So, how did that get there? How did that car get there? So it must have got there before all those trees grew. Like if you look up, you can see where the road was that went put at the top of the mountain. And it's quite possible that it's, or somebody just put it there, hide some treasure in the boot. Sometimes sour cream and other times spicy barbecue. There you go for Pringles. So there's your frequency. The knowledge, it appears. Seek and ye shall find. So, frequency, everything's frequency. Everything's frequency. Our energy and everything, frequency. That's how we exist. So, with the right frequency, miracles can happen. Like you can walk through walls. If you have the right frequency, you can walk through walls. How good's that? Well, I don't know if it's good. I mean, how many times do you want to walk through a wall? But there you go. At the end of the month, vinegar. Ooh, vinegar. Is that another word for something else? Cheers. Excellent. Thank you. You? Yes, it's all good. What does the green giant Hercules and Tarzan have in common? Corn on the cob? I don't know. What do they have in common? Oh, a doodah. A loincloth, probably. Clue number one. Attire. Is that like the clothes they wear? Or is that like, around the tummy, like me? A spare tire. Time for me to go. Bye for now. See you later, Davey. Thanks for popping in. You're a good lad. Hi, Mario. It's Taco Tuesday. TT. That's like a race. Hi, how are you, MJ? Taco Tuesday. We're all talking about food. What's going on? Are you trying to get me fat? Just talking about it makes me fatter. MJ! Ah, sealed that. Good night, Davy B. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I've always wondered about that because, like, I get visions of people like, oh, God, bed bugs, oh, and then not getting any sleep because they're looking for bed bugs and they can't let them bite. There he is. There's Bill. Not long after Black Doodah disappeared. The chase was anchored with... What's that a picture of, Bill? I can't see that. Is that also... Is that also Shiloh and Forest? The chase was anchored with a rope to the rusty key car Peggy called in the bullet. Oh, it the bullet. R. Great to see ya. You can see Richard? Damn, that's good stuff. I can't see him. Dodging bullets. Don't believe them, Mario. They just want to watch you walk into a wall. It's too late. They already have. They've already done it. They've probably got me on video somewhere. Going, you flipping idiot. What are you doing? Can't you tell? My nose is a bit thinner. No, I haven't really walked into a wall. I walked through it. I didn't walk through it. It walked through me. If your frequency is off, you have to twist like a snake to walk through the walls. Okay. I better make sure it's on then. Twisting like a snake. What was it? As I walk through, I say, let's twist again, like I did last summer. Bingo. Where you gonna go with you? I'm happy to see you got that so quick. Clue. Attire is attire. Well, that's how my brain works, unfortunately. I didn't know your name was Lee. If Forrest were younger or alive, if Forrest were younger or alive, I'd have said if Forrest was alive or younger, he'd excavate the landfill to find that toy car. I thought he found it. I thought it was at his place where he used to live. Yes. When is a jar not a jar? When it's a door. And a jar door. A door that's a jar. Makes sense, doesn't it? A door that's a jar. When is a jar not a jar? When it's a door. Because a door could be a jar. Here's what it is. It's the truth. If you read it as so. Yep. He's agreed. Bill, Richard agreed. He would go get that car. It'd be worth a lot of money now. A second batch of 9 billion Bitcoin moved last week from Satoshi. Well, well, well. Rosetta, are you better? Are you well, well, well? Yeah, Bitcoin's a topic, isn't it? What can you do with a drunken sailor? What can you do with a drunken sailor? What can you do with a drunken sailor? Although, Brad, hmm, good people and bad people. Brad, Doogly House, whatever his name is. Why were they in a meeting not so long ago? Black Rock. Not Black Speeches. Black Rock and Vanguard and something Street. Street else. Can't remember. I never remember that one. A second batch. Oh, we've done that one. So you bought it, have you, Trusted? Is it yours? A second batch. Tis what it is. Shakers and movers. But it must have a lid to be a jar. Uh-oh. Is that for it to see? Because it's an eyelid. An eyelid. The second batch sold. So far, $18 billion moved and $1 billion sold. Well, Bitcoin is going to go through the roof soon. Not that it hasn't. Sorry. To the moon. Did I just say that out loud? To the moon. Maybe it will go to Tranquilitatis or Serenitas. Hang on, that's in the southwest. Dag, that could change history in the southwest. What went up there? Apollo. Apollo went up there. Oh, Apollo, sun god. Huh. Hang on. It's not Apollo. It's Artemis now. Who was Artemis? I don't know. Hang on, let me do a buttonhole thing. The different sewing thing. I can sew as well. You didn't know that, did you? It's called embroidery. Oh no, I've stuck my fingers together now. Here we are. Oh. Just sewed my thumb and finger together. The drunken sailor would probably wake up with a hurt butt. Well, it's better than the old man that walked in and says, as I came home on, is it Saturday night, as drunk could be, I saw a head upon the bed where me old head should be. And I called me wife and I said to her, could you kindly tell to me who owns that head upon the bed where me old head should be? You're drunk, you silly old fool, till you can't see. That's a lovely something that me mother sent to me. Well, there's many a days I travelled 100 miles or more. I hear a chorus of searchers singing the Scarecrow song. Scarecrow song? The searchers, didn't they sing, oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? All on that day. Dig a hole in the ground, the devil won't catch you. Hole in the ground, the devil won't catch you. I don't know why I remember those songs. There must be somebody else in my body that's saying, look, here's a song, sing this. I don't even know if it's the Searchers. Is it the Searchers? They're telling me it's the Searchers. The Searchers singing Cinnamon. The devil said, Cinnamon, step right in. A jar, unlike a cup, can open like a car door. A jar, unlike a cup, can open like a car door. Oh, I prefer a carte Dior, but take whatever you get. Oops, $10 billion sold. That was a critical error. Too late now. Still only about 8% moved. Bitcoin, white paper by Satoshi claim Bitcoin will get to 10 million per coin. Well, Forrest said when he gets to 10 million, he'd go back and get it himself. Oh, that's what he said. When he gets to 10 million, he'll go back and get it himself. What can you say? Put him up. Popeye's girlfriend's real name was Rosie Palm. She was only dressed in olive oil. Olive oil lubed the Navy. There you go. Is he the one that says Sasha Fasha? Is it Sasha Fasha? Sasha whatever it was. Who said that? I can't remember what Popeye used to say. Apart from, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I live in a caravan. And when I get chilly, I play with my banjo. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I don't expect anything other than OG Bitcoin to just be moved to new wallets. That he did, Mario. That he did. I am what I am. Birmingham. Am what I am. Needs no excuses. I deal my own deck. Sometimes the ace. Sometimes the deuces. Olive oil made his forearm grow. Well, it made her forearm grow. I don't know about his. Spinach, eh? Who'd have thunk to get kids to eat spinach, that to do a cartoon? It's crazy, really, because pretty much the governments have been trying to get us to eat stuff that will take us away from our spiritual inheritance. And we believed it, like margarine. Not good for you. Somebody said if you put butter, margarine, and plastic outside, any living being would eat the butter, whatever it is. Doesn't matter what type of being it is, the butter would get eaten. And the margarine and the plastic will be left there. Nothing would touch it because it's not supposed to be edible. You're not supposed to eat it. It's not good for you. Nothing would eat it. The margarine would be left there. You would think maybe the ants or something like that would eat it, but no. Our governments have poisoned us in order that we don't wake up, including the water that is the one thing that you're supposed to drink. How important is fluoride really to the health of your teeth? Did it? Well, I wouldn't know. Because actually, they're very good. But same with all the stuff they do rituals over the meat and stuff, and they expect you to eat it. Basically, nasty people. Oh yeah. Olive oil made I don't know. It made more than his forearm grow. Yes, it did. Oh, shiver me timbers. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Yeah, Popeye shivered his timber with. I don't know if he shivered it. He might have hid it. He might have hid his wood in olive oil. Oh dear. What's that thing about the oil? Changing it from. Oh, come on. Something oil to vegetable oil. Changing the oil. Changing the oil. Changing the oil that we had. Don't know what that was all about. Does anybody understand that? Changing it from, was it sunflower? I can't remember. Some sort of oil to vegetable oil. They used to cook something, and I don't think it was Kentucky. He was religious, supposedly. He basically said, God, if you make my business succeed. And that's how KFC was born. Old Colonel Sanders, eh? Well, I better get gone because I've only got 3 people here. 3 people here and three likes. That's not bad. And it's 221. Oh, it's going to be 222. That's a good number. 222. Look up that number. What does that mean? 222. That really is a good time to leave on 222. So thank you, people, for being here. I appreciate it. Has somebody else gone live? Am I treading on someone's toes? So thank you all. Thank you all. Sorry if I've bored you, but I'm not really. It is what it is. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Ciao for now.